So we've got 4 movements for the warm-up today. We're gonna do the fire hydrants and the hip circles like we normally do, but then we're gonna continue to add in some good mornings and then a little bit more of a squat movement to get us our legs warmed up and our hips warmed up for the workout blocks to come. So as normal with the fire hydrants and the hip circles, make sure that your knees are directly under your hips. From there, hinge forward, come into a flat back position. Your wrists need to be right under your shoulders. We usually have a tendency to bring them a little too far out, so just make sure that it's directly under that shoulder. And as always here with the fire hydrants, bring your knee out as far as your form will allow you. And so by that I mean, I can bring my knee all the way up here, but my entire core is gonna curve with it. So just come up as far as you can before your core starts to move. And we're gonna go to 10 with that, and then from there we're gonna go directly into the hip circles. So you go back, up, and around. A lot of people say it's easy to think about like getting on and off of the horse. And so all you're doing here is really focusing on getting that hip joint moving and warmed up. So again, we're leaning forward nice and slow, hinging at the hips, a little bit of a bend in our knees, and you should really feel the stretch here in your hamstrings and in your glutes. Again, we got a lot of lower body stuff today, so we just want to make sure everything's warmed up. This one's a new movement. You can do it elevated if you want, but because it's a warm-up, you really don't need to. You're going to stand on one leg and put your, it's a 3-way squat. So squat forward, touch your heel to the ground, squat to the side, touch your heel to the ground, and squat back, touch your foot to the ground. So 1, 2, 3, and then just to give you another view, 1, 2, 3. And with this block one, we're gonna be focusing on a lot of squats. So I grabbed this chair. You can do a chair, you can do air squats if you want, you can use your bed, you can use your couch, really doesn't matter. You just wanna make sure that you have something stable under you. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna stand on one leg, sit down, and stand right back up. Again, we don't worry about reps, we're all going for time. So go as fast or as slow as you feel you need to. Make sure that foot is completely planted on the ground. So every single toe should be pressed into that ground. The heel should be firm, and we're just going up and down. After that, what I want you to do, of course, is push-ups. So start in normal push-up position. Even if you can only get half of a push-up or one full push-up, I want you to start understanding what that form looks like. So flat back, your head should not be looking straight down. It should be looking just in front of you, ahead, and you're coming down and you're pushing up. So these elbows are tracking right to your side. If that's too much, half push-up. If that's too much, get down on your knees, and you could just do that. Again, we want to focus on the form and the quality of the push-up. So even if you're getting in 2 to 3 during each duration, it's perfectly fine. Then what we're going to do is we come back to the chair, we do the opposite leg. So one leg, first time it's on the left, do the push-ups, second time it's on the right. Again, the time doesn't matter here. If you can sit all the way down, you don't need to hover because you're using those muscles to get you right back up. So then after that, once we hit time, come to the plank. So first option is, I'm not gonna get down on my forearms because you won't be able to see me, but first option is to get on your hands. Second option is to get down on your forearms. And then the third option is to seesaw back and forth. So the only thing that's moving are my toes, and it's propelling my body back and forth. Block 2, we're gonna do RDLs. So what this is you can start, if you haven't done these before, start with your feet planted, both of them, and all you're gonna do is reach forward and touch your toe or as close to your toe as you can get. And this should really just feel like a stretch in your hamstring. If this is good and you want to do a little bit more, bring your feet together and then let your body kind of split here. And what you really want to focus on is that proud chest. Keep your shoulders back as you go down, and a flat back. So you don't need to go all the way down to this T to get it. You can stay here. But as you're going, and if you could do this in front of a mirror, it would be great. As you're going, I want you to focus on that proud chest, making sure that you're not hunching, because it's going to be very easy to just go like this, and you're not going to feel the stretch. So you're going down, slow and controlled, right back up. If you want to use weight, you can use weight in the opposite hand. So whatever leg is planted, you can put the weight in that opposite hand, but again, you don't need weight. Next is going to be runner planks. So get down into your hand plank. So again, wrists are right under the shoulder. And what I want you to focus on here is an explosive movement. So if you see, my body isn't moving too much, so I don't want you to pull your arm up and open your side. I want you to stay completely flat with the ground, and the only thing that's coming up is your arm. So we're focusing on that explosive movement because obviously as we run, we need to use our arms. So you can start slow and just focus on keeping that elbow next to your body. And as you're moving, if you're able to keep your trunk and your core stabilized, bring it up a little faster. Just like that. Next, we're gonna do reverse lunge to squat. So just like that, back, squat, and back. That counts as 1 rep. So lunge, squat, lunge. It's 2 reps. And then from there, we'll do dips. You guys, I've shown you the dips, so I won't show you again. The only thing that I will say is make sure that your back is staying as close to your arms when you go down as possible. Core finisher, this one's gonna be a bit of a doozy, but stay with me. I think you are ready for it. So we're gonna start with that 1-minute plank. Again, you can modify it as needed for whatever you need right now. So just hold. If you wanna get a little spicy, you can rock like we did earlier. You can lift a leg. You can get up on your forearms and lift your arms. Whatever it is, no problem. From there, we're gonna do 10 rounds of 10 sets each. So we're gonna start with leg ups, go to toe touches, and then a hollow hold toe touch. So 10 of these. As you're doing it, you can have your shoulders and your head off the ground, or you can be completely flat, doesn't matter. What I really want you to focus on though is make sure that back is completely flat against the ground. So if you have an arch in your back and you can't get it to flatten, just put your hands under your tailbone, that's no problem. 10 of these. After that, go straight into 10 toe touches. And then from there, you're gonna get into your hollow hold, which lay completely flat on the ground, hands over your head, bring everything up, and from here, you're going to touch your toes. If this is a little bit too much, you can just hold for 10 seconds, and then you're gonna go right back into it. Repeat that for 10 times. Then once you're done, you're gonna go straight into that plank and hold that for 1 minute, and then you're done. 3 different movements. You can do this at the end of your workout, or you can do it at the end of your runs, whatever you want. So first, we're gonna do runner's lunge. So all I want you to do here is come down and bring your leg forward and just kind of lean into your leg. If this is tough on your knees, you could just do this. Touch your toes. Again, too, you want to make sure touching the toes isn't the goal. Keeping a flat back and your shoulders back is the goal, because if you try that, so try it with me. If you have a loose back and you just bend forward, you don't really feel a stretch. But if you keep your shoulders back and you bend forward with your chest, you feel that stretch much better. Next is going to be, I'm going to get you down in a squat, nice and wide right here. So you kind of want to think about your elbows pushing into your knees. And all you're going to do here is just reach up to the sky. And so you can do this probably for about 10 times, 5 each side, nice and slow. And then after that, this one's my favorite. So you're gonna come forward into a split squat right here. I'm gonna move this way so you can see me a little better. Come down into that low lunge. And what I want you to do is get your elbow to your foot and then touch up. So try to rotate a little bit better. So you're here on this low lunge. If this feels good and you're like, I'm not bending anymore, that's fine. Touch up, If that's okay, come down quickly and then bring it right back up. And this is gonna help really release the tension in your hips. I know we did a lot of low body stuff today, so it'll help with the soreness for tomorrow. If you did the entire workout though, you're probably gonna be a little sore tomorrow, but I hope you do it all. I hope you do some of it. Keep me posted as to how you're feeling. If you are super sore, just a little sore, not sore enough, and you want more. But yeah, happy week 3, guys.